Good morning, everybody. We are about 180 kilometers into the Trans Taiga in northern Quebec, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to show you what the road surface is like. The road has a reputation for being a real car eater and tire destroyer, and that's not without merit, that. But if your vehicle's well kitted out, you'll be fine. We did our Bronco Sport up with a set of BF Goodrich KO2s and some H&R lift springs, as you know, and that has made it handle the road fine. But I'd like to show you a little bit about what the road surface is. It's not your typical Southern Ontario gravel. It's significantly more rugged than that. You can expect to find pieces of bedrock poking through, a lot of sand, a lot of dust, and rocks that are fist size up to head size. I'm going to show you a bit of what I'm talking about here now. So there's the road surface. I'm just going to bring the camera down low. You can see the size of some of these rocks, and for scale, there's my hand next to one. So they're some pretty good sized pieces, and they're right out like that, out into the middle of the road. The shoulders are often very, very soft. We've encountered patches like what's coming up here, where whole sections of bigger rocks, there's lots of ruts in it. Back up here, there are some very large bits. Bring it in for you to see a little better. So some of these are definitely the kind of thing that would do significant damage to a car if you hit it at any kind of speed. So it's just something to be aware of as you're traveling this road. Expect rocks, expect them to be everywhere, and expect them to be in an unexpected sort of way. You'll come around a corner, lots of washboard, big rocks, and you'll bounce your vehicle if you're not expecting it going too fast. The road has an 80 kilometer an hour speed limit. There have been a few spots where we've been able to do 80 quite comfortably in the vehicle that we're driving. Most of the time we do between 60 and 70, so that turns the drive from a 6-7 hour long drive into something closer to 10. Be warned, oncoming traffic will come at you very quickly. The hydro workers in their pickup trucks tend to burn down this at close to 100 and just bang over everything. Most people are pretty courteous and slow down for oncoming traffic, but there's more traffic than we expected to find. Anyway, more later. This part of the road that we're driving on here is very similar to the piece I just showed you up close when I was walking down the side of the road. You can move at a good clip. Memory serves, the speed limit is either 70 or 80 kilometers an hour. But you can move at a good clip if you're using aired down all-terrain tires. It would not be a particularly comfortable experience to travel at this kind of speed on regular road tires. Here comes a hydro truck. Notice how courteous the driver is and how much room everybody gives everybody. You can really see, though, that they hustle down this road. For them, this is their office, this is where they work, and this is very definitely a working road as opposed to a place to go and play. With the Trans Taiga being a major road, it often ends up needing maintenance. I showed you in an earlier video what it looks like when it's in a bit of a mess. I'd like to show you now what it looks like directly after being graded by a construction grader. As you can see, the road is incredibly smooth. In fact, this road is in better condition for driving on right here than the James Bay Highway, which is a paved highway. The northern part of the James Bay Highway is very, very rough with lots of frost heave expansion cracks, some of which you could lose a small animal down. But here, this is not so shabby. Quite nice, actually. You can see, though, it is very, very soft. Just the act of pulling over caused a small divot to appear on the right side of the vehicle. So I made a video, a short one yesterday, about what the road conditions on the Trans Taiga are like, and we've now progressed past Brisset and are moving on. Here it looks a little more like a wide dirt track than what we would in the south normally consider to be a regular gravel road. I'm going to switch the camera view and show you what I'm talking about. There are definitely some good sized pebbles here. So the side of the road where one might pull over if one needs to, there are some rocks that qualify as garden features. Some pretty big ones. The actual road itself in this particular spot I'm standing on is not too bad. Quite often it's heavily corrugated and a bit of a mess. The rocks that I just showed you at the side of the road have been cropping up in the middle of the road, and it's advised, even in a vehicle like the one I'm driving, which granted isn't terribly extreme, that you move at no more than about 50k an hour absolute max, because otherwise it'll just shake you to pieces. So the road is a bit of a mess, but it is a really fun drive and you cannot deny the scenery. This last part of the video shows what the road is like to drive on in real speed. I think we were doing somewhere between 30 to 40 kilometers an hour through this part. I forget, it's been a little while since we were up driving on it, but you get the idea. Lots of rocks, lots of potholes, things to drive around. Not a good idea to take this at any kind of speed if you're in a normal car. Without a doubt, a more heavily built vehicle than the one I have would be able to take this road at more speed. I think, though, that doing that would cause you to miss things. Taking your time is a good idea. It's easier on the car, easier on the road. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. Thank you.